It's hard to imagine having millions of dollars and then going bankrupt, but it is a story seen time and time again. Lottery jackpot winners are the usual example, where as much as 70% of the winners are broke within a few years of winning their fortunes. A lot of the time it's due to poor wealth management, and that is no different for some athletes. From not knowing how to handle the sudden influx of money to bad investments or trying to support too many people, here's 2 stories about athletes that lost it all. Could you imagine earning more than $300 million and then declaring bankruptcy? Evander the real deal Holyfield probably wouldn't have thought so either, but that's exactly what happened in 2012. His story is one where more than a single incident caused his downfall. He made a few bad investments over the years, including a record label appropriately named Real Deal Records, which reportedly cost him $2.9 million. He also had a barbecue sauce, a kitchen grill, and a fire extinguisher with his image on it, but most damaging, he lost $10.5 million on a restaurant business that was advertised as Southern Fusion. Homes are another luxury expense for many athletes, and of course Holyfield was no exception when he spent $29 million on a 45,000 square foot, 109-room mansion that he had built in Georgia. The home sported a dining room with seating for 100 people, a movie theater, bowling alley, and a 350,000-gallon pool. Unfortunately, the huge home came with huge bills, costing as much as $1 million a year in upkeep, including a reported $17,000 a month in electricity. When he filed for bankruptcy, he was forced to sell the home back to the bank for less than half of what he paid, and it was later purchased at an auction by rapper Rick Ross for $5.8 million. The biggest reason for his financial issues is relationships, more specifically 3 marriages that all ended in divorce. While these divorces did cost him quite a bit, it pales in comparison to his child support payments on 11 kids with 5 different women. His child support for the children has been estimated to be as much as $500,000 a year, and at one point he owed as much as $300,000 in back support for just a single child, facing and being threatened with jail time, but as far as I can find, he was never actually sentenced. He seems to be doing better nowadays, even teaming up with former in-ring adversary Mike Tyson to launch Holy Ears, a line of cannabis-infused edibles. This is obviously a reference to the time when Tyson bit off a piece of Holyfield's ear in a match. Karma Holdings, under which Tyson already has a cannabis line, will be launching one with Holyfield sometime in 2023, and has plans to add one with Ric Flair as well. Hopefully this venture will get things on the upswing for the former champ. Former first-round draft pick Latrell Sprewell earned nearly $100 million over his 13-year career. He was a very talented player and a 4-time All-Star, finishing his career with an 18-point-per-game average. His troubles started while he was still playing, when he famously choked his coach, PJ Carlesimo, after he told Sprewell to put a little mustard on his passes, meaning to put some effort in. The team tried to void the remainder of his contract and did shortly until it was overturned later. The incident still cost Sprewell a year's suspension without pay, which was the longest in history at that point. After spending time with the Knicks, he teamed up with Kevin Garnett in Minnesota, helping them reach the 2004 Western Conference Finals, which earned him an offer for a 3-year deal worth $21 million that he turned down because, and I quote, "I have a family to feed." Apparently, Sprewell thought he was being lowballed and wanted an amount equal to his perceived value. He would receive other offers after this, but turned them all down, with his agent making it clear that he wouldn't play for any contract that included a $5 million mid-level exception. Reportedly, the plan was to wait until teams got desperate close to the trade deadline and then sign with the team that needed him to put them over the top. However, this never materialized, and the 2004-2005 season would be his last in the league. During his career, he amassed a collection of vehicles, including a Rolls-Royce Phantom, Lamborghini Diablo, and a Maybach to go along with his 70-foot yacht named Milwaukee's Best, a nod to the city in which he was born. He had a home in Milwaukee, as well as one in New York. In 2004, Citizens Bank filed for foreclosure on the Wisconsin home, as he had failed to keep up with the $2,593 a month payment and owed close to $300,000. Thankfully, he had that second home in New York to retreat to, but that too was foreclosed on in 2015. While he had purchased the home for $2.3 million, it was listed for sale at $1.5 million in 2017. As if that weren't bad enough, his yacht was seized and auctioned off due to his firm not keeping up with the payments, leaving an outstanding balance of $1.3 million on the vessel, which later sold for just $865,000. In January of 2007, the mother of his 4 children filed a lawsuit against him for $200 million, claiming that he broke their long-term cohabitation deal and roughed her up. Sprewell appeared in a 2016 Priceline advertisement with David Robinson before the All-Star Game, giving fans hope that maybe things were starting to turn around for the former star, but concerns for his financial well-being were rekindled after he created, but later deleted, a GoFundMe page for his granddaughter to help pay for her fight with leukemia. Reports say that he is living in a modest rental. According to his Instagram bio, he is a retired athlete currently doing media relations with the Knicks and Madison Square Garden media personality. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate your time. If you did like the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, as I do upload daily shorts as well as a longer video every Sunday and Thursday.